So this is Kathryn Cochran. This is Kathryn Cochran, right? She seems nice enough, right? Kathryn Cochran, she is going to be a victim of gun violence and domestic abuse, and she's going to get killed November 8th, 2021 at the age of 43. This happened in Denver. She's born in K.I. Sawyer, AFB, and Gwynn, M.I. on March 24th, 1978. She grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. She grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, Montgomery, Alabama, Melrose, Massachusetts, and Denver, Colorado. She was raised all over the place. Oh, I was just raised in Nebraska, Massachusetts, Alabama, Missouri, Colorado. After graduation from Manual High School, she attended the University of Kansas and the University of Colorado, Denver. She seems extremely smart. She's, well-traveled, so I would think that she's more cultured than the average bear. How is she going to get involved with some fucking piece of shit motherfucker that, would do something like what he did? Okay, so that's a little bit about Kathryn. Her greatest joys was spending time with her children hiking the trails of Colorado and fun, lazy beach days, especially in Emerald Isle, North Carolina, and Cape Cod. She was a child care expert and a personal chef for several Denver families. Her light and memory will always be with us, devoted to Emerson and Cash Cochran, who would be raised by their loving father, Sean Cochran. So domestic abuse, where is Sean Cochran? Okay, cherished daughters to Deborah and Richard Kershaw of Denver and Robert and Irene Kimball of Reading, MA. All right, so R.I.P. Kathryn W. Cochran. She seems like, nice person. And I'm sure whatever problems dude was having, it didn't deserve death. Okay, so what happened? Well, the autopsy showed that Emerson died from a gunshot wound. Emerson is going to be Dillon Emerson. That's the piece of shit. Let's see if we can pull up Dillon Emerson. So Dillon Emerson, he's the piece of shit that's going to kill himself. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Dillon Emerson, he looks like a pilot. That's Dillon Emerson. What did Dillon Emerson do? Well, there's a man and woman, and they said that there was a shooting. The Denver Police Department goes to East Dartmouth Avenue, 8101, at 6:13 in the a.m. So Dillon Emerson had apparently lit at least one car on fire, maybe two. He's going to shoot her in the car, and then they're going to find him shot in the head at his house. So 2 vehicles are engulfed in flames when they arrive. A group of neighbors said they tried to save the woman after shots were fired. One of the neighbors described the scene as horrific as chaos erupted. The usual morning silence was broken with the sound of gunfire and the smell of smoke. Okay, so here's what they're saying. This is from KDVR. Some neighbors told Fox 31 they were sound asleep when they began hearing loud bangs in the area. I woke up to 3 consecutive loud banging noises. It sounded like a trash can banging against the concrete, which is probably the gunshots. And then shortly after that, there was a revving sound, said the neighbor named Jen. In this usually quiet neighborhood, residents found a car that had crashed in the driveway and things took a turn for the worse. One of the neighbors came out with a fire extinguisher because the car started to catch fire. A couple of the neighbors opened the car doors to see if anybody was inside and discovered there was a woman inside there. Time was ticking as the fire grew worse. Skeegan and his neighbors tried to rescue the woman in trouble, so we reached in. We pulled her out. The 3 of us pulled her out, brought her to the side over there. She had apparently been shot in the face at a distraught Skeegan. The woman died at the scene. Her car was registered to a nearby home. That's where police found a man who had also been shot. So they were living together, right? If it's the same address, it was a horrific seeing something like this happen. It was surreal. That it was, but it's shocking. You don't expect it to happen in your neighborhood. Everybody always says that. I never thought something like this could happen around here. Are there human beings around there? Yeah. I never expected to happen around here. So, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell pissed dude off, but he's going to shoot her in the car. He's going to set the car on fire. Then he's going to go in the house and he's going to shoot and kill himself. So that's, I don't understand people like, yeah, you can get, I mean, he's a pilot. So he's like doing okay. Dillon Anderson sitting there doing okay for himself. And does he not know that, you can't murder, you can't rape, you can't hit, and you can't steal? Then he knows, like, those are just basics, right? Those are the basics. The golden rules, you don't hurt others, right? You don't hurt others because you don't want to get hurt, but it's actually do to others. As you would have them, so it's be nice, be kind, be good. Crazy. I guess because he was a pilot, he's like, well, I don't know. He's got he had to, shit, what have I done? Guess I have to. So he gave himself capital punishment. I don't know how to adjudicate this thing, right? He's definitely in the wrong, but he's not around to punish. It's kind of like 9/11 in a way. Once the culprit gives himself the death penalty, what more is there to do except for fuck? Shit happens, and sometimes massive fucked up shit happens, Because the guy's been caught. It's not going to happen again. You don't have to press charges. You don't get to file nothing. You don't have to do the arraignment. You don't have to get a lawyer. You don't have to get a penitentiary. You don't have to feed him. So, in some respects, it showed, I'm not sure what it shows. I don't know if it shows a conscience or if he just didn't want society to look down on him. He felt so bad that he just couldn't live, or he's like, oh shit. What will the FAA, what will the airline industry think of me now? Guess I'm not going to get that raise. So R.I.P. Kathryn Cochran. R.I.P. Kathryn Cochran. Let's see. See if we can cherish daughter to Deborah and Richard Kershaw of Denver and Robert and Irene Kimball of Reading. Beloved sister to Amy Kimball of Aspen, Colorado. Kelly Grisham and her husband Jesse of Seattle, Washington, and Alexis Mestronardi and her husband Gerald Wash of Wilmington, MA. She's also survived by nephews, nieces, cousins, aunts, uncles, many, many friends. Many, many friends. A celebration of her life will be held at a later date. And on and on. So, R.I.P. Kathryn W. Cochran. That's another thing. She's, she looks nice. It's like, hey, I would have treated you right. You're a child care expert. We would have had a lot to talk about. So, R.I.P. Kathryn W. Cochran. R.I.P.